Hey everybody, it's Victoria. I have been working diligently here in Virginia, getting everything prepared for my client for her CNA school. And if you've been following along, I wanted to kind of give you a view of what it is that I do when I'm actually at the facility helping prep. So tomorrow we're going to go live and we're actually going to give you a full view of the entire place so you can kind of see what the whole place looks like, what the setup should look like, and things like that. But right now, I kind of wanted to give you some behind the scenes of what it looks like to actually prep from an administrative standpoint. Hey, Tiana. Thanks for joining me. So right here, as you guys knew, I already have gotten the binders ready for my client. So this is her instructor and her classroom binder. This is what she will be teaching from. Hey, Helen. Thanks for joining me. So this is her syllabus. I've already written the syllabus out for her. This is her outline of the program. I've already written the whole outline out for her. And this, as I showed you guys yesterday, this is the actual curriculum that she'll be teaching from. And then right here are her regulations that she must abide by. So all this is here. And the reason why I have this all printed out and ready is because when the state comes, they're going to be looking for this. They want to make sure that you have this printed. And I've even went in here and kind of highlighted for her some of the things that are key, okay? Such as, for instance, in the state of Virginia, you have to give students a form proving that you told them about the Virginia law regarding criminal history records for employment. So in the state of Virginia, you do not have to do a background check on your students in order for them to go to nurse aid training school. You don't. But you do have to provide them with some type of a document stating that they understand that certain backgrounds will prohibit them from having jobs in this field. And so that's what this is referencing here. So there is a regulation about that. So this is just saying that you actually had to type that up. And so that's what we've done. So here, this is the documentation of criminal history understanding. And so this is a form that I've prepared for my client. We've got to get it branded and whatnot still. But this is the information there. So we're going to print this off and have this available for them to view. And it will be in the student's file. Let's see, there are some other things here. Let's say, for instance, what else did I highlight for her? I wanted her to see that provide each student with a copy of a certificate of completion. So let's go to her certificate of completion. So we actually made a certificate of completion. And by the way, all these documents here, I went on ahead and filed for her. So to get her organized. So anytime a student, here's all of her operational forms. So like her classroom roster, her actual CNA school program application, a student grievance form. If a student's not happy about something, they have the right to file a grievance form. That's a form you have to actually make. What else here? I have the student pass criteria. That's something that you have to make sure that you understand what the student has to understand what allows them the ability to pass and what doesn't. Here's the name badge template. So I even set up a name badge template for them. Hey there. The name badge template, any student going to clinical has to have a name badge, right? So I set up a template. Hopefully it'll pop up here in a minute. So there's a whole bunch of just little different itty bitty things that you probably wouldn't even think about that you have to have. The instructor evaluation form, an instructor has to do an evaluation on their students. So there's a form. So those are all the operational forms that I have put in here. We also have their state paperwork. So she just has a copy of that on her records, everything that went to the state. And so this would also include like her clinical site agreement and stuff like that. It's all here digitally for her. And then every time the student graduates. So whenever students graduate, you really should be keeping a record of that. And you also should be keeping a record of whenever the students actually go and take their exam, whether or not they passed, and if they passed both the written and pass the skills portion. So, and then you need to keep a record of that. And let me tell you why you want to keep a record of that. All of you guys that are asking me, how can I get funding for my school? How can I get my students to come to school for free? That's how. You have to show your numbers. You have to show how many people actually came to your school, how many people actually passed. how many people actually got jobs, and you document all this information and you keep a hold of it. So then when you go to apply for funding, you can pull these records, okay? So you got to stay organized. So I'm getting them organized here. In addition to that, I'll be printing off all of the forms and going ahead and setting that up. We've got all the files there that I'm getting ready to have set up too. I didn't get you. And so, yeah, so any questions for me, let me know. But we're just working right now on the background things. Got a little nifty P-Touch ready because, trust me, this is your best friend. There's all types of things that you'll be typing up, like every time a student comes in, you'll want to type up their name for their file. So you type up their name, slap it on their file, and put it in a locked drawer for future needs, for future references. But writing their name or just letting someone write their name doesn't look very professional, and sometimes it's hard to read people's handwriting. So you want to get a P-Touch and just type that out properly. So I went and got her a P-Touch so she can do that. What else have I been doing? Oh, let me just show you guys real quick. I have been back in the lab. I know I told you I would give you a full view tomorrow, but I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek of all the setting up I've done today. So I went on ahead and set up everything back here. We've got everything on the shelf nicely arranged. You know, all of our PPEs arranged here. Down here is all of our linens. Here's our mannequin here. I had to test the mannequin out to make sure the mannequin was appropriate for for the lab, and we had to do some things to it to make sure that it was appropriate. So your state may have requirements such as interchangeable genitalia, or if it is a female, it has to have an indwelling catheter, things like that. So we had to do some manipulation to make sure that we got that right, but we got that right. And here is our things for like blood pressure and mouth care, oral care. So we got all of that together, got multiple pillows here. You have to have a bedside table. So we're getting a bedside table put together right here and prepared for tomorrow. Hey, Chikata. So like I said, I'll show you guys the full-fledged overview tomorrow. But I just wanted to give you some behind the scenes. So when I actually come out to a facility and I'm helping them prepare, it's not just looking at, all of the equipment to make sure the equipment is there, but it's also looking at all the paperwork to make sure the paperwork isn't on point. Because if your paperwork is not on point and the state comes in and you don't have the federal requirement paperwork ready, you can really get in trouble. So it's important for you to have those things in line. So we've been working to get that in line. It was pretty much a day-long process, believe it or not. And I already had all the forms made. It was just a matter of downloading them, organizing them, making sure all the forms were accessible not only to the secretary, but I need to put the forms on a drive so that anyone within the organization can actually get those from anywhere, right? We still got to put the exams in there, the different handouts, all types of things that need to be electronically filed yet and still. So, but if there are any questions, let me know. So, Chikata, when are we getting together? Yay! Good job, Ebony. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Keep me updated, okay? So anyway, I'm going to get back to work, guys. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. Remember, tomorrow we're going to be doing a full-fledged tour of the facility with the owner. So definitely tune in. I'm not sure what time. So when am I free? I was hoping tonight, but then I forgot that I'm doing a podcast interview tonight. So probably tomorrow night, if not tonight. Okay. We'll see. So, yep, I'm out here. So anyway, I'm going to get going, guys, and I'll give you a call, Chikata. I'll talk with you guys later. Bye.